Hello there, this is the continuation of the September 2023 issue of Motortrend. Jaguar Land Rover. Jaguar Land Rover is embarking on a massive $19 billion overhaul of its business that will see the company offer EV versions of every single model it sells by 2030 and push toward a target of selling nothing but zero tailpipe emissions vehicles by 2036. As part of this sweeping strategic reset, JLR is cutting its number of vehicle platforms from 7 to 3, and it's reorganizing the Land Rover marquee into 3 new brand families: Range Rover, Discovery, and Defender, each with its own unique models and retail environments. The Land Rover brand will become a lower-profile trust mark denoting SUVs with superior off-road capability. The Jaguar division will be EV only, and it will push upmarket with a focus on fast, luxurious, extravagantly proportioned coupes and sports cars. Downplaying the Land Rover name isn't as controversial as it might seem. JLR Chief Creative Officer Gary McGovern says, "The reality is Range Rover is already a brand people tell us they drive a Range Rover, not a Land Rover. We love the Land Rover name, but it doesn't have as much equity as Range Rover, and Defender is rising fast." McGovern says each brand will have its own unique interpretation of the modern luxury aesthetic that's proven so successful with the existing Range Rover and Defender lineup. Range Rover is refined modernism, Defender is brutalist modernism, and Discovery is eclectic modernism, and Jaguar is exuberant modernism. The 3 platform architectures underpinning the new Range Rover, Discovery, Defender, and Jaguar models into the next decade are codenamed MLA Flex, EMA, and JEA. MLA Flex debuted under the current L460 Range Rover, and it now also underpins the L461 Range Rover Sport. The next-gen Discovery and Defender models will also move on to the MLA Flex, which was designed from the outset to accommodate ICE, PHEV, and EV powertrains. Like MLA Flex, EMA was considered as a convergence platform. However, EMA will now be EV only, underpinning the Range Rover Evoque EV, the Discovery Sport EV, and the long-rumored Baby Defender EV. The new JEA architecture is for Jaguar only and was developed specifically to deliver the low ride height, low seating position, and extravagant proportions JLR believes will set Jaguars apart from other performance luxury EVs. It will underpin at least 3 all-new Jaguars scheduled for launch by 2030. The Jaguar GT. Due in 2025, the Jaguar GT's dramatic design will set the tone for the marquee's radical reinvention. Forget everything that has gone before, McGovern says. The all-wheel drive GT will also allegedly be the most powerful production Jaguar ever built, which suggests its 2 electric motors will produce well above 600 horsepower. Improvements in battery, chemistry, and powertrain efficiency mean the GT will have a range of about 430 miles on the European WLTP cycle, and it will be able to add 200 miles of range from a 15-minute charge. The Range Rover EV. Available at the end of 2024, the Range Rover EV will offer a combination of on-road smoothness, refinement, and performance not seen in any previous Range Rover, but insiders insist its legendary off-road capability won't be compromised. The Range Rover EV will obviously have motors at the front and rear axles to provide all-wheel drive. It will also boast a waterproof battery, sophisticated drive control to adjust accelerator inputs and torque outputs to improve traction on different surfaces, a height-adjustable air suspension, and low range. The Range Rover Evoque EV. The Evoque EV is likely the first vehicle to appear on the new EMA platform architecture. JLR hasn't released details about EMA. However, it is likely to be available in single and dual motor formats to provide for electric equivalents of the entry-level front-drive Range Rover Evoque sold in other markets. Crucially, EMA is designed to accommodate any battery chemistry, which means it could be fitted with more energy-dense, faster charging, and lower-cost solid-state batteries by the end of the decade, expected on sale in 2025. The Discovery EV. The Discovery, launched in 1989, was the first market research Land Rover, and it became one of the company's most popular models, with sales topping 1 million units by 2012. The 5th generation Discovery has been less a success, however partly because of its dumpy styling, which will be revamped with the launch of the 6th generation model, based on the MLA Flex platform. The new Discovery EV will share its off-road technologies with the Range Rover EV, though its dual motors will likely produce less power and torque, expected to be on sale in 2026. Defender EV. Although it will share its platform with the Range Rover and Discovery EVs, the Defender's hardware will be tuned for extreme off-road capability, with added protection for the battery and suspension pieces. Height-adjustable air suspension will be standard, along with a low-range mode for slow-speed crawling in difficult terrain. To ensure JLR meets its 2036 zero tailpipe emissions target, engineers are at work testing a fuel cell prototype because EV charging can be difficult in rough and remote territory. However, no decision has been made on production. Expected on sale in 2030. The 2025 Kia EV5. What it is, Kia has a multi-stage strategy for capturing a large slice of the EV market across several tiers, and the Kia EV5 SUV is the next step in the automaker's master plan. The company revealed the EV5 concept in March with the promise of being the brand's next true electrified SUV. It will be less sporty than the performance flagship EV6 and not as massive as the upcoming EV9 three-row SUV. Why does this matter? The real battle for SUV market share happens in the mid-size category. Three-row SUVs are great for cargo and extra passengers, but most families offer two-row models. This means the EV5 is critical in Kia's battle against the likes of Tesla's Model Y, the Blazer EV, the Volkswagen ID.4, and other contenders. Platform and powertrain. Like the EV6 and EV9, the EV5 will be built on the eGMP platform Kia shares with Hyundai. Thanks to its modular design, the platform will be adopted for the EV5's intended footprint. We expect the EV5 to use the same 76.1 kilowatt battery that will come standard in the EV9, and it should make its debut with a single motor that will produce roughly 215 horsepower. Estimated price between 45 and 60 grand, on sale around 2025. The 2026 Lamborghini Huracan replacement. What it is. The replacement for the Huracan, Lamborghini's entry-level car and one of its most successful model ever. Why does this matter? Lamborghini is hybridizing its entire lineup by the end of next year. The Aventador replacing Revuelto is leading the charge and will be followed by an unnamed Huracan replacement and updated Urus SUV. The platform and powertrain. Partially confirming our exclusive report from last year, Lamborghini CEO Stefan Winkelmann announced earlier that this year the Huracan replacement will indeed be a plug-in hybrid. He set the reveal date for the end of 2024. No one at Lamborghini has elaborated further, but we remain confident in our reporting that a twin-turbo V8 will constitute the gas-powered portion of the drivetrain. No ordinary engine. We believe it will have a stratospheric 10,000 RPM redline, and that the electric motor, or motors, the exact number and placement isn't public yet, will assist the engine at normal RPM with the turbos waiting in the wings to jump in at 7,000 RPM for maximum top-end power. We know at least one axial flux electric motor will be fitted to the new transaxle shared with the Revuelto, but it remains to be seen if the front wheels will be driven by a mechanical drive shaft or by one or two electric motors. Electric power is more likely given that's the layout of the Revuelto. We expect the Huracan replacement to use a variation of the Revuelto's new monocoque chassis, but made from aluminum instead of carbon fiber to keep manufacturing costs down. As with the Revuelto, a small lithium-ion battery will ride between the seats under the center console, likely storing the same 3.8 kilowatt of energy for a short, full electric driving range to meet the latter of certain global emission laws. Estimated price of $250,000, expected on sale around early 2025. The 2026 Hyundai Envision 74. What is it? The Envision 74 celebrates a Hyundai concept lost to time. The 1974 Pony Coupe is designed by the legendary Giorgetto Gugario. Part retro, part race car in appearance, the Envision 74 is a deeply personal project for Hyundai design chief Sang-Yup Lee. I've sketched Envision 74 ideas for years, he says. I was even sketching them on the plane to Korea. On my way to start at Hyundai, I wanted to create a car that celebrated Hyundai's roots. Why does it matter? Although it was presented as one of Hyundai's Rolling Labs concept cars, the Envision 74 has a lot of production or near production hardware under its skin. The company has reportedly decided to build it in limited volumes to showcase its hydrogen fuel cell technology and capability. Hyundai's construction equipment division is already building hydrogen-powered excavators, and the Hyundai Nexo is the only fuel cell car in production other than Toyota's Mirai. The company believes hydrogen will be a major transportation fuel by 2040. Powering trucks, buses, and trams, as well as cars. The platform and powertrain. Hyundai calls the Envision 74 concept a hydrogen electric hybrid vehicle because its powertrain uses electricity from both a hydrogen fuel cell and from a 62.4 kilowatt battery that can be plugged in and recharged just as in any other normal electric vehicle. In city driving or freeway cruising, the 85 kilowatt net fuel cell stack, the same unit as used in the Nexo fuel cell car, provides all the electricity needed to power two motors mounted at the rear wheels, one driving each wheel. On the track, in high load, high demand conditions, the battery pack provides the bulk of the power to the motors. Estimated price of $160 grand, expected on sale date in 2026. The 2025 Jeep Cherokee. What is it? a next-generation Jeep Cherokee that keeps the brand in the hot compact SUV segment. The Cherokee hasn't gotten much love from Jeep in recent years. The outgoing 5th-gen Cherokee dates back to the 2014 model year, and that's been reflected in dwindling sales. A new offering, perhaps with a new, less controversial name, will follow the design direction of the Grand Cherokee L, but in a smaller form factor. And it would keep the off-road capability that has been part of its reputation for almost 5 decades, making it a pioneer of the SUV genre and, more specifically, the 4-door SUV. Why does it matter? After 49 years of Cherokee production, the final KL model rolled off the line at the Belvidere, Illinois plant on March 1st, but the hiatus will not be permanent. Plans for a 6th gen are in the works, and production seems headed for Toluca, Mexico. The Cherokee sits above the Compass in the lineup and has cachet. The name has come under criticism, however, and a new model is the perfect time to remedy that. The 3rd gen was renamed Liberty in North America, but the vehicle wasn't well received, so we don't expect that badge to resurface. Platform and powertrain. The next Cherokee could increase slightly in size and will embrace electrification. Continuing to offer the Cherokee with a variety of powertrains, including hybrids, will help court a broader consumer set, and battery electric versions would be in keeping with Jeep plans to electrify its entire lineup. The new STLA platforms allow for all of the above. Estimated price of $40,000, on sale around 2025. The 2025 Jeep Recon. What it is? No, it's not the electric Wrangler. Instead, its roughly Wrangler-sized Recon EV is a more urban off-roader that will help Jeep prove to its fans that electrons can conquer the wilderness just as well as fossil fuels. Boxy and upright, the Recon has doors that come off just like its big brothers, rear quarter windows and back glass that can open, a one-touch sliding roof, and trail-rated badges at its flanks. The Recon's BF Goodrich all-terrain TA tires and rubber flooring are must-haves if it's to be taken seriously at the trailhead. The lighted 7-slot grille and Tony blue accents ensure it'll make an impression on the concrete jungle too. As is the case with the Wrangler, expect Jeep to offer hundreds of accessories, including decals, uprated off-road hardware, spare tire covers, and the like. Why does it matter? If we had said it once, we've said it a million times, and we probably actually have said it a million times. Electrification is the way. Jeep is fully on board with every new model henceforth being exclusively electric, or at least offering an EV powertrain. The Recon also gives the company a more refined off-roader as an option for buyers for whom the Wrangler is simply too, well, Wrangler. Jeep expects the Recon to win huge numbers of converts to the brand as well. The platform and powertrain. The eventual Wrangler EV will use the STLA frame platform, but the Recon rides on STLA Large. No specs regarding power, range, or battery pack size have been announced, but look for something like 350 miles of range and a standard dual-motor drivetrain that brings some of Jeep's learnings from the electrified Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid and Magneto concepts to bear. Estimated price at $60,000, expected on sale date in 2024, which I don't think has actually happened. The 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S. What it is, Jeep's fully electric take on the Range Rover Sport, which won't be called the Wagoneer S when it reaches American roads. The name was a placeholder of sorts to indicate this two-row SUV's platinum premium vehicle and its SPD intentions. And if the Range Rover comparison bothers you, just think of it as a Trackhawk for the electric era but styled with more restraint. The most exciting exterior element may be the fast roof line, which ducks down below a handle-esque roof spoiler, though the dramatically lit take on Jeep's 7-slot grille is a sight to behold. Why does it matter? The Jeep brand is as powerful as any in the world, automotive or not, and parent company Stellantis aims to keep it relevant and prosperous as EVs begin to dominate. Bringing electrification to Jeep's traditional turf, the trails, is one part of the strategy. The other is sporty, super luxurious SUVs like this one. Even if Jeep says the S will be plenty capable off-road, it won't be trail-rated though, which should be obvious from the Pirelli P0 performance tires we expect it to wear. The platform and powertrain. The STLA large electric platform, there are small and medium versions too, will underpin the Wagoneer S. These bones can offer as much as 500 miles of range and battery packs ranging in size from 101 to 118 kilowatts. There's no word yet whether the S will include the full bore package, but Jeep is already promising 400 miles of range, a 0 to 60 sprint in 3.5 seconds, and 600 horsepower from a dual motor setup. Dimensionally, the S is slightly smaller than a Grand Cherokee, though interior room is said to be on par with that model's. Estimated price of $75,000 to $100,000, expected on sale date in 2024. 2026 Mazda MX-5 Miata. What is it? Mazda has confirmed the next-gen 2026 MX-5 Miata will be electrified, but the automaker stopped short of saying what form the electrification will take, full EV, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid. Mazda's entire lineup is slated to go at least partially electric by 2030, which means if the next-gen Miata is to survive past then, and we certainly hope it does, I do too, this is a necessary step in the legendary sports car's evolution. Why does it matter? The Mazda Miata has a long, well-earned reputation as a fun, affordable roadster with fantastic driving dynamics, and an electrified model would keep it viable well into the future. With Mazda taking its time to develop EVs, the Japanese automaker will likely introduce a hybrid or plug-in hybrid Miata before development an all-electric variant. Mazda's Vision Study model, a stunning sports car shown at the end of last year, could be a preview of the electric Miata, though it's more likely to simply donate stylistic influences to the production car. Platform and powertrain. Mazda said it will work with ROM Company to develop electric powertrains, and it signed an agreement with Envision AESC to develop batteries. Although these contracts should impact the next generation Miata, a hybrid version of the Roadster makes more sense. The Miata's small footprint could make it difficult to package a battery with sufficient range, as the battery pack's heavy weight could hurt performance, and pure EV hardware would likely mean a large hike in price. Mazda could also work with another automaker to develop the platform, splitting its costs to keeping the car affordable a la BMW Z4 and Toyota Supra. Estimated price of about $33,000 expected on sale in 2025. The 2027 Polestar 6. What is it? A luxury electric 2+2 convertible, which at this point is a wide open segment. EV drop tops are rare in general. The Hummer EV counts, we guess, as does the sliding canvas-roofed Fiat 500e available in Europe. The 6 springs from the gorgeous O2 concept from 2022, the reaction to which was strong enough that Polestar greenlit the car just months later. The first 500 will be special LA concept editions, available in the same sky blue as the show car and outfitted with a white leather interior and the concept's 21-inch wheels. Sadly, the O2's killer feature, a drone that deployed from the rear to record your back road adventures, will not reach production. Despite all this, all 500 initial examples have already been reserved. Why does it matter? As Polestar matures and broadens its lineup, it's going to need a halo. Although the overall number of 6s on the road will be limited, selectively selling them in key markets, read EV hotbeds, will raise brand awareness and cachet alike, ideally inspiring purchases of Polestar 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. And if you like the idea of whooshing along silently in the lap of luxury with the wind tickling your hair, there won't be many games in town. Platform and powertrain. The Polestar convertible will use the same aluminum-intensive platform as the 5, a slinky sedan with no rear windows at all. In this case, the 6's retractable hardtop will increase rear visibility by a factor of infinity. That means an 800-volt electrical architecture and a dual-motor all-wheel drive powertrain with as much as 884 horsepower and 663 pound-feet of torque. Polestar claims a 0 to 60 time at 3.1 seconds, top speed of 155, estimated EPA range of more than 300 miles. Estimated price is $200,000 for the LA concept version, less, maybe around $175 for the non-limited models that follow. Expected on sale date in 2026. The 2025 Porsche electrified 718 Boxster Cayman. What is it? It's no secret Porsche is moving the majority of its product portfolio toward electric propulsion of one kind or another, including its sports cars. While the German company plans for the 911 to only go as far as adding a gas-electric hybrid for the 992 generation model in 25, the popular 718 range will be electric only when its next incarnation arrives, also in 2025. Why does it matter? Porsche CEO Oliver Blume had said the company wants to build its exceptionally well-regarded mid-engine sports cars exclusively as electric vehicles, beginning with the next-gen versions, and despite some enthusiasts' best efforts to pretend it won't actually happen, the apocalypse appears upon them. Put it this way, after more than 25 years of gas-powered Boxster models and nearly 20 years of similar Caymans, cars intended to be pure tools for serious drivers, Porsche's move here hammers home the message that the electric revolution is real. The platform and powertrain. We don't yet know all the specifics, but Porsche engineers developed the electric 718 to share enough elements with the 911 that they can continue to share an assembly line with that model at the Zuffenhausen plant. The 911 and 718s will, however, be built on different platforms. Bloom has said the electric 718s are planned for a new sports car platform, likely incorporating lessons learned from the 982 generation Cayman-based Mission R all-electric race car concept. We won't be surprised if they carry styling similarities, influences from the Mission R, as well as its similar 900-volt fast-charging architecture and high-output dual electric motors. In terms of dynamics, this will notably be the first Boxster Cayman generation featuring all-wheel drive. Estimated price of $80,000 to $85,000 on sale date around 2025. The 2025 Porsche K1. What is it? Porsche continues to drive down the electrified highway here, and development is well underway for its all-electric three-row SUV, known internally as the K1. We put SUV in quotation marks because word on the street suggests the overly sporty luxury vehicle is likely to resemble a sedan as much as it does the typical sport utility. Indeed, reports citing people who have seen a presentation of the concept claim its styling is unusual for Porsche, so don't expect it to simply look like a longer Cayenne or Macan, differentiated mainly by the presence of a third row. Regardless of its looks, Porsche will position the K1 above the Cayenne in its model range. Why does it matter? In the big picture, the K1 represents another addition to Porsche's electric vehicle lineup as the marquee aims to hit its target of making 80% of its offerings electric by 2030. As mentioned, CEO Bloom has suggested only the 911 may be safe from becoming fully electrified. Along with the company's existing Taycan EV, and future evolutions of that model, Porsche is expected in due course to offer electric versions of its Macan, Cayenne, and Panamera. From a market share perspective, the German manufacturer should only benefit from offering a 7-passenger, 3-row family people hauler, as this is a segment it doesn't play in today, meaning customers who desire such a vehicle must take their business elsewhere. Platform and powertrain. The K1 will be built on the Volkswagen Group's Porsche-developed next-gen electric vehicle architecture, dubbed SSP or Scalable Systems Platform. It boasts 900-volt fast charging with the dual-motor powertrain expected to deliver at least 650 horsepower and peak output potential exceeding 1,000 horsepower. Estimated price of $200,000 expected on sale in 2027. The 2025 Ram 1500 Revolution. What is it? The Revolution is a full-size EV truck. The production model is conservative compared to the REV concept, billed as the future direction for Ram trucks. The Revolution uses an adopted version of the 1500's crew cab with a 5-foot 7-inch box. It can carry 2,700 pounds and tow up to 14,000 pounds. Why does it matter? This is the first electric full-size truck for Ram and Stellantis. Dialing back the design should help ease loyal buyers into the electric future. Look for some of the cool features from the Rev to surface in the 2nd-gen Revolution. The platform and powertrain. The Revolution rides on the new STLA frame platform designed for body-on-frame EVs. A choice of 2 battery packs will sit between the rails. A 168 kilowatt pack, good for 350 miles of range, and a 229 kilowatt pack, good for 500 miles. The electrical architecture will operate at 400 volts with the battery split in 2, allowing the halves to be wired in series for 350 kilowatt charging at 800 volts. All-wheel drive comes from dual motors that each make 335 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Combined peak output is 654 horsepower and 610 pound-feet with the big battery, dipping to 628 horsepower with the standard battery. The estimated price of $65,000 to $100,000, late 2024. 2026 Ram Dakota. What is it? A smaller than 1500 Ram pickup truck we've waited breathlessly since 2011, though precisely how much smaller still seems up for discussion. Our best guess today is that the next Dakota will be developed as a unibody lifestyle truck aimed at the hotcake-selling compact Ford Maverick, but perhaps sized just a smidge larger to help bridge the gap between the true compacts and mainstream midsizers. Dakota also has some history as a tweener. This lifestyle truck would enter an uncrowded and hot market segment, but it would have to pencil out as an exclusively North American product. Fiat-based company unibody trucks already sell in other global markets. Why does it matter? Ram's prime competitors all offer broader pickup portfolios, so if the brand wishes to continue growing its market share, it must make trucks that are smaller, nimbler, and more efficient and affordable than today's 1500. Platform and powertrain. By using the STLA large platform, the Dakota could be designed to meet or exceed the Maverick's level of performance and efficiency with powertrains ranging from the Giulia's 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder to a hybrid, PHEV, or even a full battery electric vehicle offering front, rear, or all-wheel drive, with output levels ranging from mild to wild. It's still entirely possible, however, that a stronger business case will be made for casting the Dakota as a global player to compete head-on with the world's 2 top-selling pickups, Toyota's Tacoma Hilux and the Ford Ranger. Under this scenario, the Dakota would need to be slightly larger and built on the STLA frame architecture, which also supports varying degrees of electrification. Estimated starting price is $30,000, expected on sale in 2026. The 2025 Red Bull RB17. What is it? The first production car from Red Bull Technologies, the engineering division of the Red Bull Racing Group, the company dominating Formula One. The hypercar was conceived by Red Bull Racing's F1 design genius, Adrian Newey, during a COVID lockdown. Talk about time well spent. It's called RB17 in a nod to Red Bull's naming convention for its F1 cars and as a gap filler. Because of the pandemic, F1 decided Grand Prix cars for the 21 season would be mostly carryover designs from 2020. So RBR's 2020 car was dubbed the RB16, and his 2021 machine, the RB16B. When the team subsequently named his 2022 contender the RB18, RB17 could be used here without duplicating the name of an actual race car. Why does it matter? It depends on your definition of matters. Red Bull will design, engineer, develop, and build the cars. It will only make 50 of them, nearly entirely in-house. Unlike when it and Newey worked with Aston Martin to create the Valkyrie, the RB17 will be notable for this historical reason alone, but it will also be significant for offering the most extreme performance ever seen in a new car offered to the public straight from a factory. Newey and Red Bull want to deliver as near to F1 performance as they can for the starting price of just £5 million, or about $6.2 million in 2023 money. The platform and powertrain. The two-seat RB17 will not be street legal, at least not at first, and it is intended specifically for track use. The car, built around a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, will feature F1-derived engineering solutions. Red Bull says it will have advanced ground effects and other extreme aerodynamic approaches, some of which have seen long outlawed in actual racing series. So expect to see things like ground sealing skirts and a blown diffuser. As for the powertrain, it's anchored by a twin-turbo V8 with a hybrid component, producing more than 1,100 horsepower. It's unknown if RBR's newly minted partnership with Ford for its F1 powertrain operation will come into play. As stated, estimated price of $6.2 million, on sale in 2025. The 2026 Rivian R2S. What it is: the smaller and more affordable follow-up to the 1RS three-row SUV, the new R2S aims to make Rivians as ubiquitous as Teslas on American roads. The R2S is slated to be built at Rivian's planned Georgia facility, construction of which is underway. Why does it matter? Like Tesla before it when it launched the Model 3, Rivian has a lot riding on the R2S. With a couple years to go before its planned introduction, the final form is still taking shape, but we suspect it will look like a downsized two-row version of the R1S. Inside, it'll have room for at least 5 people. Platform and powertrain. We know far more about what's going on beneath the skin. Unlike the R1S and related R1T pickup, the R2S won't sport a quad-motor powertrain. Rivian engineers instead give it a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup as standard, while higher-spec variants will feature 3 motors, 1 at the front axle and 2 driving the rear. The standard battery hardware will likely be Rivian's standard pack with about 100 kilowatt capacity, while the tri-motor variants should get the 135 kilowatt large pack. The R1 model's 180 kilowatt max pack probably won't apply here. We suspect off-road capability to be a big selling point. We'd be surprised to find the R1's hydro-pneumatic suspension in the R2, but expect to find multiple off-road modes for various terrain and smart software tuning to help its owners explore well off the beaten path. The estimated price of about $50,000 expected on sale in 2025. One of my favorites, the 2027 Subaru WRX STE. What is it? An electrified sporty sedan intended to carry the storied WRX STI name into a greener future. Subaru launched the current WRX in late 2021 without an STI variant, blaming impeding regulations that threatened to curtail such a model's lifespan. I don't think that was true. Not long after, the Japanese company filed for trademark protection of the name STE in Germany, sparking widespread speculation the branding might turn to electrification, or hybrid or full battery electric, for its next performance halo model. Why does it matter? Relatively affordable, dedicated performance cars of any stripe are a dwindling breed, so any new entry into this enthusiast-oriented segment should be strongly encouraged and loudly applauded. Platform and powertrain. The STE nomenclature has caused wishful thinkers enamored with Subaru's growly boxer engines to suggest hybridization might be on the table, but there are problems with this theory. The Subaru-Toyota toolbox is short on compelling electric motors that could electrify the rear axle, especially if you hope for one that can match the output of a Subaru Boxer Turbo up front, thus maintaining the brand's trademark symmetrical all-wheel drive. So we expect a fully electric STE will be the electric sedan Subaru recently announced it would build by the end of 2026, alongside 3 e-SUVs, an Outback, a compact, and a midsize. We expect these 4 EVs will leverage Toyota's new dedicated electric skateboard platform, not the Solterra's eTNGA hardware. Estimated price of $55,000, expected on sale in late 2026. The 2026 Tesla Compact EV. What is it? A few years ago, the internet was all stirred up by speculation that Tesla's Chinese operation was preparing for an all-new compact electric vehicle to slot under the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y in its lineup. Last year, in Tesla's third so-called master plan, we got our first concrete confirmation that a compact model is indeed in the works. As for a name, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has previously ruled out Model 2, with some rumors floated Model C or Model Q instead. Why does it matter? In Tesla's presentation of Master Plan 3, we learned the company intends to add a bus, a new commercial van, and a new compact car to its lineup in the next few years. The plan projects more than 40 million lifetime sales of the new compact Tesla once it's in production, which would put it in Toyota Corolla territory as far as ubiquity goes. It's not yet clear if the Model 2CQ, whatever it's called, will be a sedan, hatchback, or SUV, but we can be sure it's smaller than a Model Y. The new compact model would at least start with a 53 kilowatt battery pack stuffed with Tesla's lithium iron phosphate LFP cells. The larger, heavier Model Y starts with a 75 kilowatt pack, a range of 279 EPA estimated miles, and a 0 to 60 sprint of 5 seconds or so. Maximum available range is 330 miles, and the quickest versions have reached 60 in 3.5 seconds in our testing. The estimated price, we anticipate the compact Tesla to start around $25,000 to rival a long state of forthcoming smaller EVs from legacy automakers, including the Volkswagen ID.2, which isn't planned for America. It goes without saying, given Tesla's lofty sales targets, that this will be a global model. Expected on sale, there's no solid timeline for when the compact Tesla will come to market, and it's difficult to estimate. Tesla announced its second master plan 7 years ago, and it hasn't yet accomplished everything laid out there. So it's plausible the timeline for its third master plan is at least another 7 years. Given delays in Roadster and Cybertruck production, expect to wait patiently for any newly announced Tesla vehicles. Still, you want a date? Let's go with late 2025. Just don't hold us to it. And it has yet to happen. The 2025 Tesla Model S. What is it? The aging Tesla Model S hasn't received a major exterior facelift since 2016. And it's already been a minute since the interior was overhauled in early 21. But that's how the Model S was always supposed to work. Iterative improvements introduced as soon as they're available, with no real sense of traditional model years or vehicle refreshes. But design sells cars, and nobody wants an old-looking, out-of-date ride. So we predict another significant update is coming, hopefully including some features that Tesla owners have long requested. Why does it matter? We could see another conservative style and tech update, as has been the Model S path in the past. The fresh look would be inspired by the newer Roadster design, continuing the legacy of a grille-less fascia with slimmer, sharper headlights while keeping the sedan's swooping, clean details and lines. To stay competitive, the Plaid Performance version would surely continue as well, with its rear lip spoiler, prodigious power output, mind-bending acceleration, and brake upgrades. Tesla owners have outlined some requested features in online postings, which include better route planning for a desired state of charge, improved blind spot monitoring, a valet mode, rain-sensing headlights, and standard speed-set cruise control, most of which could come in future over-the-air software updates and would go a long way toward soothing souls tired of seeing their Teslas lacking features now common in much less expensive ICE and electric vehicles. Platform and powertrain. Tesla has been working on a new battery cell intended to form a pack that serves as a structured element of the car, but the automaker has struggled to put it into volume production since it was announced in 2020. If Tesla works the new pack into the updated Model S, significant range improvements beyond 400 miles on a single charge could be in the cards. Tesla claims up to 16% range increase with the new battery design. Structural changes in the battery pack would represent a significant overhaul of its overall layout, which could lead to gains in occupant and cargo space, possibly enabling the return of the third row jump seats once available to increase capacity to up to 7 passengers. Estimated price at a whopping $90,000, expected on sale in 2025. The 2026 Tesla Model X. What it is, perhaps the odd one out there of the Tesla range in terms of lower sales and funkier features like Falcon Ring doors. The Model X SUV is the largest consumer electric vehicle the company sells, until the Cybertruck finally arrives, and it has by now. Why it matters. A switch to side hinge rear doors that are less complicated and fussy seems like it would be the obvious move for an updated Model X, as they would reduce complexity and improve satisfaction, though that's no sure thing, since when has Tesla really cared whether it's annoying customers? What's a sure thing is the company's teased Hardware 4.0 suite of camera, chip, and sensor technology for claimed improvements on driver assistance and future self-driving capabilities. With the new electric 3-row Ford SUV coming, as well as the Kia EV9 and even an all-electric Escalade, the Model X is about to face its toughest competition yet from all corners of the marketplace, so improvements to the Model X can't arrive soon enough. Platform and powertrain. With Tesla working on improved battery chemistry with its in-development 4680 cell, the current Model X's near 350-mile range might improve to more than 400 miles on a single charge, and its 5,000-pound tow capacity could also increase. As with the updated Model S, adoption of the new structural battery pack could benefit interior packaging and space, expanding the appeal of the Model X as a swift, silent people mover. Every Model X will once again be all-wheel drive, as two-motor mainstream and tri-motor high-performance plaid models are expected to continue. Estimated price at $100,000, expected on sale date in 2025.